Hello and welcome back to Factorio. We are going to have an attempt at setting up oil today. So I'm back out at the oil patch, which we cleared some of the surroundings of last time. And I guess I'm going to try and set this up within our new city block design. Oh, it fits really nicely. That's a surprise. So the idea is to try and set up oil processing here and set up a refueling stop for transport drones, and then see if we can then look at building maybe a couple of other modules. Don't know if we'll have time, but we will give it a go. So I'm guessing we're going to need some pumps. Here we are, basic oil jump, oil pump jacks. And I don't know how many of these we have. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. Okay, 5, 10, 11. So I'm right clicking on the icon to craft 5 at a time. That's a standard Factorio shortcut. And then, okay, so these have a steam input. That's going to be entertaining. I'm not quite sure what to do with that. However, we will carry on. Can't put that one there because its steam input's going to be blocked. So that way around and that way around. Good. And I picked up a bunch of pipes because they're going to be needed. So I'm going to start off by connecting up all the oil outputs. Whoops. And I'm not really sure whether I want to do this in a single. Let's do the thing of putting in a backbone because it just simplifies life. Ooh, that's the wrong thing to connect, isn't it? I had connected the steam input. Okay, let's turn that around. So then now that is an oil input. I'm going to have to be really careful here to not cross the streams. So that is oil around there, oil around here, then that connects onto that oil. I'm going to use a few more undergrounds just for walking. There we go. So I think that is all the oil connected. So now I need to connect up all the steam. I'm guessing there's not a throughput issue here. So far all the steam-based machines have needed only a very small amount of steam to do their job. Alright, so what we're missing is a join across like that. So that is now hopefully one steam, get that down. Hopefully that is one steam network and one, oh, I haven't done this one. I'm going to miss things out, aren't I? Hopefully we have one steam network and one oil network. Okay, and then there's this last one here. There we go. And I may come back later and put in some undergrounds to tidy this up, but I don't know if I can be bothered right now. Alright, and then we're going to do oil processing, I guess, and we may as well do it right next door. So we need some way of making steam, then we need some way of making petrol. So petrol's normally made in oil refineries. Let's put down one and have a look. Put down the 2 we have. Alright, so this currently has a basic oil processing recipe and a recipe for making coal coke out of charcoal, also producing coal gas, and coal into coal coke. Interesting. That may be a thing to look at later, but right now we're interested in basic oil processing. which requires water, unlike in vanilla, and it produces residual oil as well as petroleum gas. Whatever residual oil is, I do not know. Let's finish this. So it looks like we have two outputs from this module. So we need two fluid depots. We also need a fluid depots. This is a fuel depot. This fuels up trucks. So we will put that down and get it round the right way. I sometimes get these around the wrong way. I think it must go that way, and we'll put it central. That's it. And then we can put the fluid depots either side. So these are for trucks to pick up products. This can be the petroleum export. This can be the other oil, the residual oil. All right. Can I get this built? I'm out of nanobots. I haven't set up a dedicated nanobot making machine, but I'm not too keen to make a load of nanobots right now, while I'm not quite sure what we're doing here. This has 3 outputs, which makes me think that there'll be a third product later. So I'm going to leave that in case it is needed for something. And then we have 2 inputs. And I have plenty of underground, so I'm going to do the whole thing with underground pipes. All right. So that's our template, and I honestly have no idea how many of these we need, or even how many we can process with this. I'm not sure if that's where it's going to go. All right. The next step is I can put some trucks. So I'm going to put 5 trucks into here. So those trucks will go off and fuel up other units. All right, and then we need steam. So we have the boilers, which require fuel, but we have fluid boilers. Let's make 1 of each, just to have a look. And we'll figure out how we're going to go about doing this. Ooh, created our first fluid boiler at 6 hours 32. Okay, so the fluid boiler has an input here. No input fluid, so I'm guessing any calorific input fluid will work. Okay, so let's put that down. And then we have a normal boiler somewhere. Where did I put it? Let's see if we can... Did I not craft one? Let's craft one. Okay, so this is a bog standard boiler that just requires fuel. And I think for now, we'll connect them there. Okay, so neither of these have fuel. Let's put a bit of fuel into the burner one, just to bootstrap it up. Do I have any? No, I've turned all my wood into power poles. Did I get wood for that, or did it just explode? Yes, I did. I got 4 wood. That's good. Okay, so... this is complaining about different fluids, because I've managed to connect this pipe over here. So let's... No input fluid. Yep, so we need water. And we'll bring it from the module above, because this module is going to need water for the petrochem. Good. And offshore pump, I guess, is what we need for that. I always lose offshore pumps in the crafting menu. I know it's around where the miners are, but I still lose it. All right. So, I don't know why I'm bringing it in here. It just seems like as good a place as any, sort of out the way. All right. And then here we are. Brilliant. So we now have water. I might reroute the pipes later. So this is now out of fuel. Let's give it a bit more. Okay, so we now have steam. These are now pumping. Good. It's not making its way all the way around yet. Yeah, this doesn't have sufficient steam. This, however, does. Good. So we now have some crude oil in the pipes. That's pretty cool. And these things, temperature. Okay, so it looks like they need to be heated somehow. This is a fluid heater. Let's make one of those. Okay, and I have no idea. Okay, so this has an output of 1.3 megawatt. And do these have an input of 800 kilowatt? Okay, so that should be enough. Yeah, that's enough to power these two. I don't know if it's 2 or 3 or 4 to 1 or how the ratio works out. Okay. So maybe it's time to start thinking a bit more about the layout of this. If I turn my nanobots off, good, they've picked everything up. So nanobots are off, so we can place down some blueprints and start looking at how many refineries and so forth we can fit. So it looks like we can do 4. Like that. Maybe it's better off sideways. Because then we could do something... yeah, so that would be 8, wouldn't it? 8 refineries sounds like a good start. And I can't put it that way because of... Maybe I can put it that way, but I think the piping's going to get awkward. Okay, so let's put it that way. Can I make 8 refineries? No. If I had 8 refineries, I would need more than one heater. Let's make a second one and do the maths again. So one heater produces 1.3 megawatt. One of these is 400, so 0.4. 4, 8, 12. So it's about 3 to 1, give or take. So 1, 2, 3. So I'd need 3 of these to power this. And where would I put them? I mean, something like that's nice and simple, isn't it? I don't think I can drive it off the petroleum. I think I'm going to have to drive it off crude oil initially. Let's put them down there out the way. Move all of this up. Good. This can now move off the bottom of the road, so there's a bit of room. Move it there for now. Okay, so let's make... Have I got the 3 heaters? Yes. And can I budget for... I can budget for 4 of these, so we can build half the build. But that's fine. And we have enough pipe. So then the crude comes in somehow to this block. And do I want to bring the crude up the other side? Maybe that's... maybe that's neat and tidy. Maybe I want to bring crude one way and water the other. I think that works, doesn't it? So let's bring... Yeah, there we go. Okay. So then we need to fuel these up, so they're burning, and their temperature's going up. When I hover over, it's got little flame icons around the corners. And these have little flame icons, which look a bit like nuclear reactor flames. Heat pipe. Okay, so it looks like heat pipe is our friend. So, whoop. There. And I don't know... Okay, it looks like we're going to need more heat pipe than I've got. So is this warming up? No. This is warming up. Oh, this is warming up, so it just needed to touch the machine somewhere. Okay. Okay. Let's make 2 more of those. So this is now warming. This is warming. So the next step is to get the pipework in. And for that, I'm just going to turn on my nanobots. And I'm going to craft some more nanobots, I guess. Okay. The individual nanobot cartridges do quite a lot of work, but, you know, this is asking quite a lot of them. Okay, so that's joined up. Then we need to join up the water. Good. So this now has the water it needs. The petroleum we initially got has all been burnt up. Okay. Let's see if we can harvest a bit more trees and get this into a positive feedback loop. Okay, and then the last thing is we need to get fuel into the steam. So this is now burning oil. And I'm hoping that will give us a positive feedback loop. So let's again use rate calculator. This should tell me how much steam this consumes. So this consumes 95 steam in total. And this 60, so that's not quite enough. So we need a second one of these things, which requires some copper. Okay, so I'm out of copper, but we can nearly run this. And we've built half of this. Okay, so let's finish off plumbing it all together. Does that reaches? That's fine. Good, and then we would need to plumb in the petrol. There. Alright, the water's plumbed in, the petrol's plumbed in. We can cut off some of the extra undergrounds which aren't needed. It's really nice being able to walk through these builds. They'd be really painful to deal with otherwise. I'm not sure how I'm going to get these to here. I guess we'll figure it out in a minute. So then we need to wire the outputs. Okay. So it looks like that's not going to work because it clashes with this output on the side. So let's move this all over 1. And that's petroleum. Okay, and then we have this fluid. which I have no idea what I do with yet, but we will find out, I guess. There, there, there. Brilliant. So we have refining up. I'm pretty pleased with that. This bootstrap boiler can just hang out, I guess. As far as I can tell, this is all working. Yep, that's all working. So we have our very first module. Well, very first pair of modules. I am pretty pleased. Well, that all happened quite quickly. What we need to do is head back, grab some more handcrafting materials and complete the build. So I need to make 4 more of these things. I need to make a ton of heat pipe. And I need to make another boiler. Looks like copper is something I'm missing. So let's go do that. Let's have a walk back. Can I drive back? No, because I have no fuel. So one of the things we need to do quite soon is sort out some kind of car fueling resource. In fact, I'm going to burn these trees because they're kind of in the way of walking. Good. So up we come through the dark. And let's double check that our factory is working as well. Okay, we're getting very few green science pots. Because these aren't working because they don't have steam engines. Ah, yeah. So we're not producing enough steam engines is the bottom line. Okay, we needed to make 4 oil refineries, and it's copper beams we're short of. So let's grab some copper. Okay, it seems like we need rather more copper than that. And just double check, copper beams are made direct from copper ingots? Yeah. Okay, let's head to the other end of a belt, because there may be more of what we need. There you are. So that's 1, 2, 3, and now it's steel beams, which we're out of. Which I think I put into a box up here somewhere. Yes, I did. Good. 4. Brilliant. I wonder what chemical plants do. I mean, what recipes we can currently do with chemical plants would be the better way to say it. Okay, so I can make solid fuel. That might be a good thing to do with the residual oil. And then either burn it, use it for cars, use it for trains. I don't know. Right, let's put this underground in because we will forget. Alright, so what's the next thing? We needed heat pipes, probably quite a lot of them. Okay, and it's copper ingots, which we're missing here. How are we doing for all the other ingots? We're doing quite good for iron, so let's try not to... Let's just eat the whole of this belt. Alright, so our 4 oil refineries are fine. We probably have enough low capacity heat pipe now. We needed 1 more fluid heater, sorry. We needed some of those, but I would like to do it without crafting the iron mechanical parts. So we have a box of those, hopefully. Yeah, here it is. Good. So that should let us... Okay, that's 4 lots of 20. What's next? I'm just trying to work out what we need for the rest of the build. I don't think we do need anything else, do we? We have plenty of pipe. So I think that's it. Let's go have a look at our build. Did we fix this to be... Yeah, we did. So we should have a bit more research happening now. We made a gap, so maybe we can... Is there fuel in here? Yeah, let's grab some of that. Okay, we made a gap in the wood, so we should be able to drive down, which speeds things up. Brilliant. Alright, I'm not going to do the pipe work by hand because that will inevitably go wrong. I am going to have a look at the heat pipe situation though. So this all seems quite straightforward, but the problem is I can't route heat pipe through here. So the heat pipe is going to have to come up like this. Okay. And I'm not sure how then we join the heat pipe here, because there's no equivalent of an underground heat pipe. And I've pretty much filled up this module. So I think as ugly as this is, that's going to be our solution. Okay, and I'm sure heat pipe is something we'll need more of in future, so I'll craft a bunch of it. I don't think we need all these nanobot units at the moment. We need to be building, not. Good. Alright, so let's come over here, get the rest of these pipes down. Laying pipes rapidly is one of the things I find really amazing about speedrunners. I just can't do it. It takes me forever to lay pipes. Okay. So here. And this should be the last bit. I love how these go sort of pink cherry as they heat up. And we needed a fluid boiler. So let's craft that. And then I think we are done. I think we can call that a day. So next time we need to think about what we're going to do with our oil. Now we've got it. Let's move that over. There we are. In fact, let's just do that. Then we've got room in future if we need to expand. I'm going to leave this here just because it allows us to bootstrap the build if it ever goes horribly wrong. Oh, we have a bit of coal coke. That could have been what I used. Never mind. Right, what more is there? So this has 11k, this has 20k. I'm not sure why the disparity, because I don't think we're burning... Oh, because a lot of the petroleum's gone into here. Okay, that'll be what it is. But that is it, I think. So this is full. This has got 20k of 20. We're going to have to find something to do with residual oil to prevent it backing up. So let's have a quick look at our Informatron. We're currently 6.2 of 70% into the next tech. That sounds like it's going to be a bit of a grind. Put that away. And then in the recipe book, so let's look, is that residual oil? Is that what it's called? Yeah, residual oil. Okay, residual oil. So this is the recipe book mod. There are other mods similar to it, but I personally like this one. So it's an ingredient in light oil, in barrels, in solid fuel. You can burn it. It's a product of basic oil processing, which is what we're doing. Benzol and emptying a barrel, obviously. We can burn it in fluid boilers or fluid heaters, so I could be using this as the fuel for our build rather than petroleum, rather than the oil. Maybe that is a better idea. Okay, so let's take this away. And what we're going to do is bring this down. And across. Okay, and I think we need to wait for this to run out. And then I think we'll do the same here. So we'll run these heaters off the oil as well. So this has to burn all the way down to 0. Such a little amount of material, I'm just going to pick them up. Okay. That's working. Good. And these are working. Yeah, I think that's a much better idea, isn't it? Because now we're burning off one of the products we don't need. So, and these refineries are coming back online. Are the refineries at the top working? They are, they're just not up to temperature yet. So I'm going to call that it. Let's have a quick look at the pollution situation. Okay, so we probably need to put down a couple of guns. Just to, you know, be slightly secure that we're not going to get horribly attacked. And of course, I left our ammo, didn't I, when I had to empty my inventory to make room for everything. Never mind. Oh, and that's a bad noise. That's my power system. Alright, this is where we're going to end the episode. Next time, I would episode end, but I can't actually press stop on the recording at the moment until I've got round to... Okay. Right. Let's back on. So they managed to find the one place in my entire build which wasn't protected somehow. I don't know where they came in. It must be this nest here that I didn't want to tackle. Okay, well, on that bombshell, thank you very much for watching. Like, subscribe, tell your friends, and I will see you again next time where we will build a production module. Till then, bye-bye.